Hi, third graders. This is Mrs. Oyster, and today we are going to be using what we know about perimeter to solve some story problems. So our learning target today is to solve story problems involving perimeter. So what do we need to remember? First of all, we need to remember that perimeter is the distance around a figure. So to find the perimeter, you add up the lengths of all the sides. So essentially, perimeter equals side plus side plus side, however many sides there are. Another way we can think about this is perimeter is the whole and the sides are the parts. So knowing if you're trying to figure out the whole or if you're trying to figure out the parts is going to be important when you solve these story problems. Okay, so let's keep that in mind. Perimeter is the whole, the sides are the parts. So as with all story problems, we need to think about what we already know. So when we read the story, we need to read slowly and carefully and think, what information do we already know? Then we need to determine, what are we trying to find out? Are we trying to find a part? Are we trying to find a whole? And then which operation or operations, because we might have to do more than one, will we use to solve? So these questions will be on the pages as we go through some examples together. So here is an example of a story problem involving perimeter. It says, Jake is using 6-inch popsicle sticks to make a regular hexagon. What will be the perimeter of the hexagon? So what are we trying to find out here? We are trying to find the perimeter. Remember what perimeter is? Perimeter is the whole, okay? What do we know? Well, we know that Jake is using 6-inch long popsicle sticks. So that means that these are the popsicle sticks, that this one is 6 inches, and this one is 6 inches. This one's 6, this one's 6, this one's 6, and this one is 6. Okay, so there's 6 sides, and they're each 6 inches. So class, how would I solve that? How will I solve this problem to find the total perimeter? I would do 6 times 6, and that equals 36. So 6 times 6 equals 36. Okay? All right, now let's look at another one. And by the way, I went ahead and put in the shape here, but if I was doing this on paper, I would draw the shape. It's just since this is on the computer, I thought it'd be easier just to go ahead and put it in. When you are solving these on your own, you do need to draw a picture. Okay, drawing a picture is really, really important when you're trying to figure these out. Okay, so here's one. Lena is putting a small border around her rectangular vegetable garden. The garden is 10 feet long and 4 feet wide. How many feet of border will Lena need? Now, this one is not as clear what we're trying to find out, but let's go ahead and start with what we know. What do we know? It's rectangular, okay, because it said rectangular. And what do we know? We know that it is 10 feet long, and we know that it's 4 feet wide. Okay, now she's putting a border all the way around her garden. Now, she probably doesn't just want to put the border around part of it. She wants to put it around the whole thing. So if it's asking us how many feet of border will Lena need, it's asking us how much she's going to need to go around the whole thing. So what are we trying to find? We're trying to find the perimeter. So that's, again, we're trying to find the whole. Remember, perimeter is the length of all the sides. So would I add 10 plus 4? No, not just 10 plus 4, because we need to get these sides too. So what do we know about rectangles? If this side is 10, then this side is also 10. If this side is 4, what's this side? Also 4. So to solve this, I'm going to add 10 plus 10 plus 4 plus 4. So that'd be 10 plus 10 plus 4 plus 4. All right, what does that equal? That equals 28. So how many feet of border will she need? She will need 28 feet of border. All right, let's try another one. Patty's picture frame has a perimeter of 40 inches. If it is 12 inches long, how wide is the picture frame? Well, let's think about what we know. We know that the perimeter is 40 inches. That means we know the whole. The whole thing, all the sides added together adds up to 40. What else do we know? We know it's 12 inches long. So I'm going to go ahead and label that. I know it's 12 inches long. If it's 12 here, we know it's also 12 here. Okay, what are we trying to find out? We're trying to find out how wide it is. So what is this length here? Okay, this one's a little more tricky, isn't it? We're going to have to do a couple steps. First, we need to add up the part we know, 12 plus 12, and I know I'm going to do it in my head. 12 plus 12 is 24, okay? So these two sides together make 24. I know that 24 plus n is going to equal 40. So 24 plus what is 40? How do I figure that out? If you have a missing part, remember we need to subtract. Okay, so I'm going to do 40 minus 24. I'm just going to do it down here. 40 minus 24. Got to regroup. Hope you guys didn't forget about regrouping. 10 minus 4 is 6. 3 minus 2 is 1. Okay, so I know that this is going to be 16. Okay, but does that mean this is 16? No, it means these two together have to add up to 16. And these two have to be the same number. So it can't be 10 and 6. It can't be 11 and 5. It has to be two numbers, the same number that add up to 16. Well, what two numbers add up to 16? I hope you said 8. 8 is correct. Now let's check our answer. 12 plus 12 is 24. 8 plus 8 is 16. Does 24 plus 16 equal 40? Yes, it does. All right, good work. Let's try one more. John is gluing yarn around a square piece of cardboard. He is using 24 inches of yarn. How long is each side of the square? Well, we know that squares have 4 equal sides, and we know that all the sides added together have to add up to 24. So this plus this plus this plus this is going to equal 24. Okay, so we know the whole, we're trying to figure out the parts. So 4 times whatever this is, n, is going to equal 24. Well, 4 times what makes 24? Think through your facts. It's 6, right? 4 times 6 equals 24. So that means that each side is going to be 6 inches long because 6 plus 6 plus 6 plus 6 equals 24. Now class, why did I use multiplication here instead of just addition? Because of what we know about squares. Squares have 4 equal sides. So it's kind of like repeated addition, which we know we can use multiplication for. If these did not have equal sides, I wouldn't have been using multiplication. Okay, so those are some samples of story problems that you regarding perimeter that you will use what you know about perimeter to solve. So your task today is a little different. Page 7 in your math packet, front and back, has 4 story problems. And there is going to be another video attached that goes through each of those story problems with you. They're a little bit challenging. So you can do a couple things. You can either try them and then watch the video to check your answers, or you can get your packet out, get your pencil ready, and you can do it along with the next video. All right, thank you for listening. Good luck on your story problems. Have a great day.